Hey guys, I wanted to show you around my mother's garden. I'm here in New Hampshire and I was going to deadhead and prune the garden, but I thought maybe first I would give you a little bit of a tour. So I'm gonna put my sunglasses on because it's very hot and sunny. And ooh. So my dad has been doing a great job of maintaining our garden this year. This is our first year without my mom. And so he's got these Mandevilla. Got these hanging baskets here with some beautiful flowers in them. We got lots of hydrangeas all around the property. And over here, these are pink turtleheads that look like they're about to bloom. I laid some cardboard back here because it was covered in weeds and my dad wanted to spray some weed killer and I thought, let's try some cardboard. Some, you know, non-chemical routes. Got lots of Shasta daisies here that are in need of some trimming. These are Spirea that have gone to pass. We have laid out labels on all of the plants because we're learning what things are and it's very helpful. My mom had actually purchased these little labels and then we went around and identified. We've been using Picture This, I believe, is the app for plant identification. It's been helping a ton. These are powwows. My dad has Echinacea. Has labeled those. I got some more hydrangeas up there. Our plan is to move this pine tree maybe into the woods. It's a little bit messy looking. Heyy here. These are Astilbe. She actually trimmed some of these off last year to collect the seeds. So I have a bunch of seeds of them that I might try to grow this winter. The pollinators love these flowers. Oh my goodness. The rain gauge here has not collected any rain, unfortunately. Oh, I got a little bit of rain in there. In Massachusetts, we haven't gotten hardly any rain at all. But I thought that guy was fun. So we know that maybe we don't need to water the garden one day. So yeah, these are all Shasta daisies. All of them. There's so many. I had tried to grow. These are, those are flowers that I attempted to grow, but it was just too late in the season when I started it. Got a maple tree right here. And these are Phlox. This red columbine looks pretty dead. Have to trim that down. And these are all hydrangeas. This plant here is Nepeta and it's a junior walker. Got a bunch of it here. Wow, look at all the bees. This is insane. And then we have the roses that Dad has. They looked really good a couple months ago. My dad has been tending to them really well, been fertilizing them with rose tone. More Shasta daisies over here and one more rose bush there. This is my mom's beautiful garden. Now our plan for over here is wildflowers. Oh, these are pretty. They're really pretty. So we got a bunch of lupin this year. Unfortunately, because it's all sloped, the lupin were all along here and over there. So my plan for this winter is to try to plant some poppies up here. Apparently you can plant the poppy seeds in the snow. They like a cold period before they will germinate. So that's my plan. These are these black-eyed Susans. They're really cool. Our plan for up here is always like wildflowers. It's very much just grass right now. So hopefully I can achieve that next year. But the flowers are starting to come, as you can see. Like, you know, there's been some waves of color, but not as much as we want. We kind of just want it to be like wildflowers everywhere. That would be my dream. I don't think I had it on autofocus, but my plan is to do wildflowers along the whole thing and then maybe some sunflowers right here along this edge that's a little bit more flat, that we can get some height here, and then because this area is lower than over there. So, and then just wildflowers, poppies, a bunch of different ideas. If you guys have any ideas of wildflowers that I can plant in New England, I'd love to get some ideas. We had purple we have purple lupin, but I would love to have, there's a variety of color lupin that you can do, like some pink tones and oranges, I think. So we're gonna try that. So over here we have hydrangeas. Those are really fun. These giant Allium. They're just like balls of color and then they dry out and they stay. So those are cool. I haven't been up here in a while, so as far as what things are called, I know I have the labels, but there's a lot of repeats, so we didn't like repeat all of our labels. So this is sage. It's got a beautiful purple flower, and it says it's Russian sage. The pollinators love it. It's a perennial. Most of these flowers are perennials. Ooh, this one's really nice. Isn't that? I love that one. More hydrangeas. These are Limelight hydrangeas. And this is my mom's garden sign. Isn't that pretty? It was covered in tulips and daffodils during the spring all along here. So, and there's actually a daffodil that's left that I gotta trim down. Love these yellow, these phlox? No, they're not phlox. What are they? The hydrangeas all along here. And then I have a quick fire hydrangea right there. The petals are turning pink, which is really pretty. And then we're back to the hanging baskets. So, and then we have the backyard that is closer to the water. And my mom in Massachusetts had done all the planting, always, like huge garden, and she loved to pick out her own flowers. But when it came to this house in New Hampshire, their new build, she decided to let the garden company come in and plant whatever they wanted to. So some of the stuff she wouldn't have decided to plant necessarily. There's a lot more repeat than she would have ever done. There's just, I don't even know, dozens of hydrangea bushes here, and lots of, tons of Shasta daisies, and she did a lot more variety, I feel like, in our house in Massachusetts. But these had almost died last year, or they had completely died. They were covered in Japanese beetles and aphids, and we trimmed them down, and they seem to have come back this year. I had put down some Turo ant killer, which we can just pick up because it's out, but to try to get the aphids to stay away. But yeah, so far they look great. I'm not sure if they flower. It doesn't look like it, but they look very healthy, which is cool. You got some geraniums over here. Some more Shasta daisies that seem to be doing much better out of the direct sun, so that's cool. But there are pollinators everywhere. We just got bees galore. What is this called? Weigela over here? This is called Siberian bug moss forget-me-not. We got another hydrangea, of course. Lamium. That's what this plant is. There's some more Astilbe there near the fireplace, and lots of geranium here. My dad planted these marigolds in the spring that are looking great. Got another hydrangea here. I love this one. I love how it blooms. It's really cool. It's covered in bees. Oh my goodness. We could get some good honey. We put out some bee boxes or whatever they're called. Here's a beautiful, that's great. My dad planted that this spring, and it's doing great. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. So we have different like layers of plants over here. So there's like different tiers. So these are snowflake, summer snowflake Loddon lily. Those are cool. They're like little balls. Looks like they're gonna bloom soon. Got another hydrangea tree there. Here's this plant. I don't know what all those are. They look Some of them we just didn't know, so we waited until they bloomed to take a picture to know exactly what it is, because it's much more difficult to figure out what a plant is based on their leaf than their bloom. I don't know if that's a weed in there or if that's the, you know, this plant here has a bloom in it. I gotta see if that's connected to the plants. There's just bees everywhere. No, it looks like it's just a weed. But it's bringing the pollinators, so we'll take it. Believe it or not, more hydrangeas. Not sure what this is. It looks like a geranium, but I don't see a label on it. Got these purple flowers on either side of the walkway here. Hydrangea tree. More hydrangeas. Oh my goodness, that's a black wasp. Ooh, no. And then over here, it's much more of a wet area. So this pine needle grass stuff grows over here. Love this flower. It's quite fun. It's called Alpine Sea holly. And so that's what that is. Now, looks like my pumpkins are not going to work this year. It's wet, but I have a Cinderella pumpkin here, a flat white here. They're not dead, but they're certainly not growing. That's too bad. So in Massachusetts, we had a bunch of hibiscus flowers that my mom had planted in the front yard. And so I've got one here and one right here, and they do not seem to have been growing very well. They're not dead, but they are very stunted. The ones in Massachusetts are just huge, and they were cut down at the end of the year. I guess they're kind of hibiscus. Maybe we can move these to somewhere else because they're just not growing. The last thing I want to show you is these planters that my dad planted. Oh my goodness, they're such big. There's like a big moth on this one. Oh my goodness. He planted these in the spring. Look at this large. What is that? Is that a hummingbird moth? That is a cool looking thing. Very cool. So anyway, he's planted these beautiful arrangements, and this is actually the plant that we found in the garden. So this is a perennial here, but the rest of it is just annuals, but they look great. They're growing wonderfully. He's doing his best. And I'm gonna go through and deadhead all of these plants. It's gonna take me a while. I appreciate you guys watching and, you know, following my journey as I learn how to take care of my mother's garden and her gardens. She's got lots of gardens, not just one. And, you know, learn my own skill in this season of life, because my mom was supposed to be the one to teach me all this, but unfortunately she's not here, so I'm having to figure it out along the way. And I really appreciate you guys watching and taking this journey with me. So until next time, take care guys. Bye.